The sea, a sailboat, the sun, the marina in Herzliya, north of Tel Aviv. It's peaceful. But these boaters aren't tourists. They're mostly the fathers, mothers, wives, and husbands of soldiers killed fighting for Israel. Bereaved families come for outings at sea, during which everyone talks about their grief and tells their story. And when they arrive back at the dock, they continue talking. Talking, speaking, conversing, and acting. That's the goal of the Mifrasim Foundation, founded by 4 sailing enthusiasts. In 2018, after their military service, they understood that sailing together had therapeutic value. They bought this magnificent dinghy, funded solely by donations.
The idea was to use what's happening when people are going together on a boat, walking together as a team in the outdoor, detached from the environment on shore, and to use those qualities in order to help people that are dealing with the most difficult challenges that living in Israel has to offer. On October 7, we understood that we can bring a lot of help to people that are dealing with very, very difficult situations these days. It took us 2 weeks, and we started operating from Eilat. We sent therapists and skippers to take this exact same methodology to Eilat to help the evacuees over there. In 2 months, 300 people sailed with us. Give them some space out of the hotels, take them out to sail, to swim, and the differentiation was that the people that asked them, how are you today, was a therapist, and the setting was, instead of a closed room, an open environment. In Eilat, we went to sail with the evacuees. Over 2 months, we sailed with people that's been in the safe rooms for hours. We talked with people that responded to the event immediately. We sailed with youth groups and with survivors of the Nova Festival. What we tried to give them was the option to, and this is the first time they talked about what happened there.
Mifrasim's therapy is to involve everyone on the boat. So here we are too. Taking a sailboat out of the marina absolutely clears your head. Asaf the skipper trusts us completely. Amerek Dinan, Dan, Yael, Yoni too. There's also this couple, Lynn and Asaf, on the boat. So dignified.
We were invited here by Yad Labanim and to participate in this because Asaf is this feeling of calmness, of peacefulness. Grief is a very horrible thing to bear, and when this happens out here, it's different. And because of the way that this is organized, that there's also someone that's taking care of the mental health part. We would talk openness. I mean, I've been in grief groups, small groups, in rooms and so on. It's not the same. It's not the same at all.
Yeah, I agree with Lynn because, we went to psychologists from the security office of Israel and so on. And it's not the same. It's in a way, you are in a closed, and also the work, as Lynn said, all the work together, pulling out the sail, navigating, holding the wheel.
It's the same group every time. So you get to know the people, you get to know their stories, and you can see in the period of time that we do all the sailing, all the times that we do the sailing, you can see the improvement. You can see the improvement in almost everybody. Whenever
we talk about grief and about people tell their stories, it reminds us also our stories.
Zohar, the son of Lynn and Asaf, was 21 years old when he was killed in Lebanon. Since October 7th, Mifrasim has lacked funds. They need 2 more boats. The entire crew are volunteers.
1,600 families became bereaved families and suffered loss from October 7. About 500,000 Israelis are prone to develop post-traumatic stress disorder. So we find it as a mission to do more of what we're doing and to reach more people.
We all know that this boat, bought by Yosele and his 3 friends, only helps trauma victims, war-wounded, grieving families, autistic children, and even Israeli Jews and Arab Israelis who sail together to get to know each other. Yet that day we had an exceptional moment of sweetness and solidarity. You're a volunteer, right?
I have been a volunteer since 2018, to start with. We take people out of their comfort zones. Most of them are not used to being at sea, especially not on a sailboat this size. And we give each of them a role. There are about 8 roles. For instance, like you did today, you took the boat out to sea. And each participant, in the end, we need everyone so that the boat can move forward and sail. We have to work together, help each other sometimes. Some of them are sick. We come, we have to support them, help them regain control over themselves. At the end of the day, it's the little things that help. Following October 7th, people start to reveal a little of what they feel, and as the day's program progresses, they realize it allows them to connect small events to each other to finally get to the heart of the matter. For many, programs that last about a year, most of the time, they find themselves relieved. There is a real benefit to this program. We are more than 70 volunteers in the association.
Pour notre plaisir aussi.
And then we returned to dry land. The volunteers left. We remained with Igor, the cameraman, as if stunned by the gentleness and the trauma. To be honest, we didn't imagine Israel or even a Jew excelling in water sports, apart perhaps from Christopher Columbus. We were wrong.
My grandfather, who I'm named after, was one of the founders of the Israeli SEALs unit. And he was also involved in the Apala of Jewish people from Germany at the beginning of the state. Later on, he established the submarine fleet of Israel. He was the first submariner of the Israeli Navy. And by the way, the Israeli sailing people are winning World Cups in sailing in Israel. And it's quite alive.